Baba's here, as always, smiling in his pink coat, white pajamas, and I can visualizing holding a white pigeon. And Baba's saying, pigeon is a symbol of peace, a dove. So let there be peace in everybody's heart and soul. And my special blessings to everyone, so that in difficult times and turmoils and tribulations, one should concentrate more on peace, externally and within. And most importantly, if the environment that you live in is not at peace and you have external energies that shift your own energies and peace, that is not that is detrimental to spiritual growth. So it's always important that every family member should align towards the same energies. And even if those energies, there should be a reasonable attempt to align to those energies. And if the intent and the thought is not there, then of course we can see, we can observe what happens in nature. And it actually has to begin from your own home, from your own environment. More so with changing times in the new year, where things are still the same and may not be changing for a while. We need to even give more importance of protecting our own sanity and the energies in our home. And hence I'm holding this dove, which is a symbol of peace, so that there is peace and calmness, and an effort should be made to align in that direction. And Baba has now released that bird, and Baba is saying, my love, compassion and peace to all. How may I help you today?
Baba, if you could give a general message to all your Baba lovers and the Baba Talk listeners and viewers, your message for the year 2021.
Every year, as always, comes with its own good and not so good, happy times and not so happy times. And the new year is slowly and steadily trickling. It is a carryover, it is a spillover from last year. And of course, there is a lot of cleansing happening, and slowly and steadily the cleansing will happen. So, as always, we need to take the new year that comes without really knowing how it is going to pan. But each one of us needs to contribute, as I have said, once towards the peace and cleansing of your own and four walls and environment, which in turn will contribute to a better peace to the universe.
If you could talk, Baba, about the more specifics. The world has undergone a major change in 2020, and especially with the COVID. So, how do you see 2021? And individuals, what your advice to all the Baba lovers and the individuals?
It is going through a cleansing process, as I said. It will take time. Nothing will happen overnight. And hence, all the forces in the universe has to come together. COVID, we can only say as, a big radical change that it has bringing externally in the universe, right? But it is also internally working for everybody, isn't it?
Yes.
It's aligning families, it's aligning thought processes. There's a lot of elimination of how one should have a shift in thinking professionally, commercially, family reunions, family bonding, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of reflection that has happened. And we need to carry forward that reflection, not forget it. Even if 2021 will pan out, say 50% to a better start, or by mid 2021, we shouldn't forget what we have, what were the advantages that we have got from what we have gone through since last year. And if there has been any change that has only made things better, of course, with all the turmoil and all the angst that it brought in, we need, as a universal force, continue to work to even make it better. And that is every soul's responsibility. As from the government, if there are directives given, we need to follow those directives, because everybody is working together for each one's betterment and for each one's safety, keeping the risk and compliances in perspective.
So now that the vaccines have been released and approved, do you think this is sufficient for protection to the human race, or there are more different strains which are going to come which can continue to give?
I never reveal what is going to happen, but all I can say is that we all need to be on the alert mode. We all need to stay calm and we need to stay positive. So the efforts that have gone in to have a vaccine, that effort cannot be just dissolved or diluted. Isn't that true?
So you're saying the efforts should yield results.
The effort should yield result, yes, but at the same time, we need to give caution to the wind.
What kind of caution?
Take as much precaution as you can.
Oh, so you're saying though the vaccine is going to be in place, yet we should
Absolutely, yes.
take care of the
Yes,
protections that we've learned in 2020.
correct.
Let's change the topic to the world economic welfare. So, what do you think is going to happen economically? Because all the countries have virtually gone down in
Economically, the world will hit rock bottom.
will hit the rock bottom
Yes,
in 2021.
it will hit rock bottom. I don't know about 2021.
We are already in 2021.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know whether it will hit 100% rock bottom in 2021. There again, there will be new growth. When a weed grows, what do? You cut the weed, right? You don't let it mushroom much further, right? You prune, right, with seasons. When you prune and it's neat and clean, then you have the new buds coming and the new flowers blossoming, isn't it? So it's only sometimes when you touch completely rock bottom, which is completely being hopeless and helpless, that is being rock bottom, isn't it? And from there you gather your strengths, your learnings, your energies again.
And what about the political scenario? They will be politically stable or there will be unrest?
There will be unrest as it always is there everywhere. One model works for everything in the universe is not true, isn't it? So every country, no matter how big or small, has its own challenges. What will happen is that many forces will come together going forward for their own learning.
So politically,
And
it will.
hence, politically, there'll be a lot of alignment, there'll be a lot of good results coming out. But at the same time, individually, every country will have its own challenges.
So long the world politically alignment is there, that's fine. Now the other question is that do you see any war-like situation, war nation, or it will be a peaceful year?
I was saying I cannot comment, but I would not like to comment. Look, if everybody sends out a good, peaceful vibration, it will resonate with that energy in the universe, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's what you need to do. It has to start from your home. People who stay together must align with that same positive energy.
So what will be in the areas of education? There's a reform which has happened. Children were doing online courses from their home, not going to the school. Universities are that will continue or change back to normal.
Things will continue as is for some time. As I said, we're just trickling into new change, slowly and steadily, but there is no outcome yet, isn't it?
Right.
There is no outcome in the universe. There is no 100% completion of vaccination happening, isn't it? So there will be learnings. But as I said, as much as possible, live with precaution, which is most important.
Baba, astrologically, it is told that, I think 6 planets are coming together again. Do you think there is any indication for anything which is very unusual and concerning?
Look, anything can come together. The planets are in my pocket. Did anybody know before 2020 really what's going to happen?
No.
There was speculation, right? A few predictions here and there, but no one knew what really is going to take place. Maybe there was going to be something much more bigger and disastrous going to happen. Who doesn't have a nuclear weapon today in the world?
So when you say the planets are in your pocket, so what do you mean? Can you explain that, please, Baba?
I will work with those planets and their energies. I said, if in one of my conversations in the past, I have said we don't need to remodel the universe.
Hmm.
Right? You remember that?
Right.
There's no need to remodel the universe. What can you remodel in the universe? You can only remodel with good energy,
Hmm.
good vibes,
Hmm.
good beginnings,
Correct.
learnings, corrections, course corrections,
Correct.
eliminations and omissions. Correct?
Hmm.
You can't do anything more than that.
Correct.
Right? Do you have an image of how a mountain would look if the whole universe changes?
Hmm. It's going to be the same.
It's going to remain the same. So with what we have, we try to work better, right?
Right.
If I give you only three basic spices or three basic condiments to work with, or just rice and lentil,
Hmm.
and I ask you to dish out something, you will use all your power, your thinking, reasoning, and how to make that delicious, correct?
Hmm.
Isn't it?
So my question is that that means this Saturn and Jupiter is coming almost like 0 degree. It has come. It will be parting again. So these have got energy impact on the world and therefore destiny, if I may say so, or the activities of the world. So when you say that the planets are in your pocket, so you will work with Jupiter and you will work with Saturn and with the other planets. What will be that work?
Well, that I cannot reveal. I have mentioned no one should know what will happen tomorrow. But what you need to do, how you're going to prepare yourself, that's not your job. Your job is how you will protect the environment, how much you will contribute to the peace treaty. What will be your contribution, even if it's a drop in the ocean, correct?
That's about the environment, but the impact of the planets are relationship,
Yeah, so
finance,
that's
career.
that's my job. That's what I'm saying. You need to leave that to me.
So what exactly you will be
And
working
that's
on?
exactly what I said. I will work with the planets. How and what and when and where and to what degree is my portfolio. And leave it with me.
So are you saying when you work with the planet, are you saying you will provide some positivity?
Look,
Or,
it's like this. If you're a teacher
hmm,
and you know in your class that there is a student who is just borderline
hmm,
but making a great effort
hmm,
to cross the line,
hmm.
what do?
Help the student to pass.
Right? You give a grace, correct?
Grace mark,
My
correct.
grace will be there on the universe. Every country will has its own journey, correct?
Right.
Right? So where I need to give the grace mark and where I need to protect and where I need to make sure that the energies get realigned, there will be there will be disasters because I have to do a complete alignment in the universe.
So you said you will give grace mark, but you talked about disaster.
Correct. So when you see that somebody has made a real effort, you don't want to fail that kid. You give them the grace marks and let them cross over, right?
Hmm,
But sometimes you feel no, that child still needs to study, is not really ready for the next class,
hmm,
right? Or going to the next division.
hmm.
Then what do? You let them be there, right?
Right.
So that they can, one more year will help them to get more matured and put in more effort, right? Because that is their learning,
Correct.
isn't it? So it will be the same model in the whole universe.
So there will be disasters, but you will human beings and individuals.
Yes.
I think with that note we will end today. I wanted this to be your 2021 to all the Baba lovers. So can you summarize the world situation, economic, political? What will be your advice to all the Baba lovers and especially Baba Talk listeners?
Do not be complacent from your learnings. Be cautious. As I said, every drop makes the ocean. So each one of you will contribute towards making this universe a better place. If you don't do the right behaviors, how will you put an end to what has actually happened last year? There are forces which are working together to make things better, right?
Hmm.
And change. So if you do not contribute and say, doesn't matter, then everyone will suffer. The boat will rock. But if you want the boat to be steady, you have to do the alignment, right? You have to do the jugglery. You have to also sometimes turn right, left, bend, strike the balance, isn't it?
Yes.
So we will slowly trickle back to having better and happier days, provided each one of you are part of that peace march. What is it we are looking for last year? We're looking at more peace, right, in the
Yes.
world.
Safety,
Safety. We're looking at
peace,
peace. We're looking at
preservation of
preservation of the universe more than anything else.
and preservation of human life.
Yes. So you have to start aligning, as I said, energy starting from your own home. And in that way, you will contribute. Don't just live in the motion. Don't just live like another day gone by, did nothing much, just took it as it came. It does not work. Somewhere it will catch up.
So you're saying basically we all will contribute towards the preservation, protection of the
Not we
universe.
will, we have to.
We have to,
And we must.
we must, and you're saying that we should all abide by
I started by showing the peace symbol, isn't it?
peace, the
The
dove
dove,
symbol,
yeah,
yeah.
for the new year. Let there be peace. And that's what we're looking for every year, new year, right?
Hmm.
Being more at peace, being at calm, being more happier. A change.
Hmm.
So that change and peace can only come when it starts from your own four walls.
So more on prayers, more on focusing on Baba's energy, requesting Baba for, and also
Yes,
doing.
and even doing whatever you can to help the universe, to help others. Just by sitting and chanting my name is not good enough. But contributing to make that change is very important. And
Thank you.
Baba loves you all. Hold on to my daman, as I've always said. And again, I can see that the bird has come back in Baba's hands. So Baba saying, I released that peace energy to on everyone, and now I have brought it back to me. And I will continue doing this for the whole year.
Avatar Meher Baba
Baba ki
ki
jai.
jai.